You're listening to the AFTERBUZZ TV network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Keith. Johnson.
The AFTERBUZZ Studios in Los Angeles, California. Presented by Maria Menounos and Bing.com and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies. It's AFTERBUZZ TV's Game Control Live.
Hey guys, and welcome to Game Control Live. We're playing some sweet punch-out beats to this amazing episode. And joining me, all the way across the street, I'm using that again, Grant Kohrmann, hair even longer than before. What is with this, Grant?
It grows. What can I do? You know? Stop it.
And next to him, the lovely Raychul Moore. And guys, sitting next to me, Kaori Takee.
Yeah! Like it.
Yeah, just like that. And guys, I'm Dave Klein, and we have a very special guest with us today. You may know him, quite the internet personality, Seth Hendrix.
Ow! Give it up for me. I love me.
He just throws his feet off the chair, and he loves himself more than anyone will ever love him.
That's a fact.
That's how he does it.
Yeah, I think my dad told me that when I was a kid. Don't expect anyone to love you more than you.
You gotta love yourself, son. You gotta love yourself. So, we have in the booth, John Quick.
Ow! That you do. I am in the booth, but unavailable at the moment for people to look at me. Apparently, though, I am now.
Okay, and now he gets available and unavailable.
Look upon me, gaze upon my face.
Gaze upon me. So, guys, today we're gonna chat up some Ouya because it is out. We're gonna talk a bunch of quick hits. We got a lot of them today. Project Anarchy's out. Naughty Dog under scrutiny for The Last of Us.
What?
Australia banning Saints Row 4. I bet Rachel's not happy about that one.
Good thing I don't live there.
Yoichi Wada reappointed by Square Enix. Game demos possibly harming sales, and we got a little bit of a child porn scandal. Seth, want to weigh in on that one?
Favorite.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So
it wasn't me this time.
But let's go ahead and get started with the show by talking about some Ouya, because it is out, guys. The Ouya, it's officially here. What are you guys' thoughts? Because we're getting the roundup of what people think, and
I don't give a shit.
Oh.
Rachel, don't give a funk.
Dave, before we move on, lest we forget, what's a very important thing that people can do?
Oh, and a very important
phones.
thing you guys can do is please do call in. You can call in and chat with us. Chat with Seth, who is here. Actually, call in and say, hey, Seth, what up? Call in.
Probably have more than that when you call in.
But call in.
You know, come with something better.
424-256-1729. That's 424-256-1729 if you want to call. And the intro music, great music, was by Joff C Music. Punch-Out theme remix by Just On Friend Codes on YouTube. Check it out. So, back to Ouya. Rachel does not give a funk. We got some like things starting out where it's having trouble getting out of the gates.
Yeah.
So we're getting reports that it will take the people who actually backed it on Kickstarter. They're not getting their units. 2 weeks
I almost
at
thought
least.
this was going to happen when it, like when the Kickstarter was getting its, like its sea legs and everything. I was like, oh, okay, yeah, I'll go ahead and order one. But wait a minute. Aren't they going to start delivering it to the retail outlets, soon after they try and get it to the Kickstarter supporters? And what's been the commonality with most of these Kickstarters is that they're able to get the retail versions before the actual Kickstarter.
Well, the founder, Julie Ehrman, is quoted saying, quote, "I am pissed. Some of you have not yet received your Ouya, and to you, I apologize." And then she says that she partnered with some distribution company in May and basically blames the distribution company, saying they already paid the shipping.
It's the mainland China distribution company.
The mainland China.
But didn't she also say, like, that in that same conversation, she was like, look, it's not one single thing that happened.
She did say that.
It was a bunch of stuff. We don't know what the hell happened.
She's like, it's a bunch of small little
By
things.
the way, your console's going to be the same way.
And Lions fan on the chat says, lol, I agree with Rachel. My impressions are I don't give a hoot either.
But she chose better words, that's why.
Yeah, just better words. Oh, yeah. So, well, Julie Ehrman. But, yes, she did say she has a bunch of problems with it off the gate. But the people who actually do have the system seem to be kind of enjoying it. I mean, for $100 for free games that you're getting with it.
Towerfall.
Towerfall's the main draw. It's basically all about Towerfall, and that's what they're trying to push. But then you have to have multiple Ouya controllers to play that, and the Ouya controllers apparently really suck.
Yeah, I mean, I've been hearing reviews that the controller sucks, and then the graphics aren't even as good as the Samsung Galaxy. It just doesn't
Well, yeah, they compared the two. I think it'll be optimized over a period of time. Like eventually, it'll be comparable to the Galaxy. I mean, it doesn't have like horrible hardware built into it.
I just don't see the point of buying an Ouya for myself.
Hey, if you're playing Towerfall, like you're gonna have fun with your friends. It's only $99 compared to like 500 or 400 for a major console that's coming out in November. I don't know if you've heard of them. It's expensive versus non-expensive. Accessible versus non-accessible.
You guys
free versus $60 games.
If you spend like 400 or 500 bucks, you can actually have a lot of games backed up to play with those consoles.
But not one that comes with the console.
You guys may have already addressed this in another show, but can we just talk about the fact that it's called the Ouya?
I don't think we did.
It sounds like something like a cheeky Swedish guy would say.
Ouya.
Yeah, it does sound like that.
Ouya. I'm not gonna buy something called the Ouya. They could have called it the oh hell yeah. They could have called it the oh yeah. Ouya.
Well, a bunch of people.
How's that okay with anyone?
A bunch of people bought something called the Wii.
True, but it was called the Nintendo Revolution originally,
Revolution
which was
such a better name.
Yeah,
That would have been pretty
But we
cool.
actually have Mikey Poo in the chat saying I'm more excited for the Ouya than the new consoles, but mostly because I'm an indie game music maker. So maybe it's for the sake of getting your games out there to people. But, I kind of agree with Grant. I can see the market point for it. It's a $100 console that maybe you can go to Best Buy and pay $100 for. You get it, and then it's cheap. There's cheap games on it, so if you don't have very much money, it's something you can get. However, right now they're having trouble on the retail front, where right now no retailer is currently really carrying it. If they have stock of the Ouya, it's only the stock that people pre-ordered. And that really is their market, is the casual market. So to me, I think their best bet of getting real sales is at retail for that soccer mom who just sees it there for $100 and says, oh, I'll get this for my kids. I think that's their best bet is at retail.
A couple of internet personalities went out to try it, like People Games. Went out to try and buy one at UK retailers and US retailers, and they'd go into the GameStop and like other places, and they'd see the display for it, but then they'd start asking, like the employee, like, when is it coming out? What can I get with it? Is there anything bundled? And the people just don't know. So Julie's done a good job interfacing with the public and the people that already want one, but for the people that may not know what the Ouya is, she's not doing a good enough job getting the retail outlets on point,
which is going to be their market.
Well, but that's okay, because again, like, scarcity creates demand. That's every time Apple puts out a new product, like, it's not on the shelf for months, or they make you get on a waiting list and everything, and everybody wants it more and more and more.
But that's with an Apple product, though.
I can't tell if you were joking when you said that, but
he's
actually,
right.
I kind of agree with it, because
it's true. No, I'm not kidding.
People hear the Ouya is out, I mean, and it's not in stock. They'll probably be going like, "Wow, I wonder what it looks like." Can I order it or reserve a copy when you do get it in? So
no, but then they go online and they look at it, and it has all these negative comments and things, and it doesn't appeal to you right now.
Well, but so does everything. And as far as game consoles go, like, it's saying that it's trying to compete with all the other major consoles, but there's no way it's going to compete with the user experience of Xbox. There's no way it's going to compete with the amazing games and the graphics of PlayStation, or the clout that Nintendo's built. I think its sort of niche is the hackability and the ability that anybody can dig into it, create games, make games, hack the thing, open it up.
Which apparently is actually harder than they said at first, because I watched a video about people trying to get a PS3. About trying to get just trying to get a PS3 controller to work on it, which you're supposed to be able to do, and they said it took 2 hours for them to figure out how to get a PS3 controller to work instead of the crappy Ouya controller.
I will say
that didn't even work on all the games.
It's incredibly hard to get to use with anything else other than the PS3.
But maybe that guy should take a look at his life too. That's what he spent 2 hours doing.
But but I mean, he was doing it for a video for money, I would assume. But Seth, what you were saying though with the demand thing, I agree with you. Where if there's nothing there, people tend to demand it more. But they have to know it exists. Right. With an Apple product, you already know it exists, and you already know, wow, I'm excited for the new one. And then when it's not there and everyone else has this cool new thing, it makes you want it more. For the Ouya, nobody in the casual market, which is what this is most marketed towards and geared towards, knows it even exists. So they're not going to want and have a demand for something they don't even know about.
For me, it's like, it's not supposed to compete with the major consoles.
I'm not talking about a compete. I'm saying the casual market's their market.
Some people might think that, but any mom that goes out and buys the Ouya instead of an Xbox or an arcade edition Xbox, like, man, she's just setting herself up for some really big disappointment for her children.
Going along the lines of
it's like looking at a lump of coal for Christmas.
And it's about the size of a lump of coal.
Sorry.
No, it's cool. I'm just saying it is the size of a lump of coal, but I think think that it's only marketable to a specific group of people. Like casual gamers will not look at it. They probably don't even know about it.
I don't think hardcore gamers give a shit either, though.
Yeah.
So-
And Hayden Garinge on the chat says, but if the appeal of it,
passive gamers.
and, well, Hayden Garinge says, but if the appeal of it's the appeal of it is the habitability of it. Habitability of it. I can't say that word.
You just set yourself, I mean, if you're reading something, you just set yourself up for.
Okay, whatever. The habitability of it.
Why not just get a
PC?
Yeah.
So if he said, and that's true, because if you want to make games for something, you probably already own a PC.
That's totally true. But again, if you want to get a PC that you can really dig into, you're talking $1,000. Or I mean a lower level PC, $500. The Ouya, oh God, I can't say it. It's only Ouya.
But you remember it at least. It wasn't like the ooh.
Well,
here's the thing though. But to actually program onto the Ouya, you're going to need a PC anyways. If you want to program something onto it.
Just to present a counter argument, the guys at Penny Arcade pretty much had this to say.
The Ouya delivers the launch of a lifetime. Then they're being facetious. I don't understand the drama of the Ouya. It's like an Android phone with no phone in it. I think you might be missing the more subtle launch
Sonic
campaign.
the Hedgehogs, all of the Game Boyses, most other Nintendos.
Sonic's the Hedgehog.
But here's the thing. That's all. One of the things that she actually marketed was someone said, "Hey, the Ouya is amazing because I can play all these freeware games, which are technically illegal." So they're basically saying like, "Yeah, guess what? You can pirate games on your Ouya and play all these
there's the whole
games."
black market of Android software where, you know, feasibly, if Nintendo doesn't get around to offering it on their eShop, and you break the Ouya out of its jail cell, you should be able to play, you know, like a lot of the illegitimate Android games.
Look, so any console lives and dies on the games that are on it. It just came out, so you know we have to wait and see what games are going to eventually come out on it. What I really like about this whole thing is the idea. Sure, it's not perfect yet. Sure, it's still kind of being built and the kinks are being worked out. Kinky. But milked.
Yeah.
What? Can I do that on TV? That's not okay.
Not on TV. You're on the internet. Go for it.
Get it. No, but I feel like this console was created for people. It was created with the ability that you can hack into it, that you can make your own games, that you can do all these things that you've always wanted to be able to do with all these other consoles that have always shut you out of that. And sure, it's not perfect yet, but she's at least moving in the right direction. And there's going to be another iteration of the Ouya, and it will be better, just like the first Xbox that came out.
And it'll be called Oh Hell Yeah.
Yeah, hopefully she'll call it something else. But
I don't disagree with you. I think there's a lot of it because I always wanted to program games when I was a kid, and I would have loved to have something like this I could program a game into and actually play on a console. I would have loved that, but it's just they're just having trouble with the launch is kind of the point right now.
And back to your topic, which was that it's been delayed to the people who contributed. Shut up! Seriously, there's people starving in the world, okay? Your Ouya's 2 weeks late? Give me a break, man. Come on.
I agree with you. It's not a big deal, but it's just more of the fact that it's negative press against them. Yeah. It's just another negative point.
All press is good press. Haven't you heard that?
Where they're,
I don't agree with that, though.
It does have us talking. It does have us talking about it, though.
It tends to highlight the disconnect between
Well, okay, I was going to talk about the Ouya anyways because it was coming out this week. So I was going to talk about the Ouya anyways, but now we're talking about a negative light of it.
No, we were talking about the highs and the lows of it. So we were talking about some positives.
Okay, good point. You win. You win that disagreement. And with Raychul winning,
it's an argument.
Someone's keeping score.
That was easy.
With that winning on Rachel's end, let's go ahead and move over to some quick hits, which would be the first one talking about developing games for other consoles. We have Project Anarchy, which was just developed and released. It's a free 3D mobile game engine. And I'm pretty excited about this. And I mean, granted, I assume you use this engine and your game makes money, you have to pay them royalties. But they're providing a free engine for you to use, and I think that's fair. And I think stuff like this
is fair.
I mean that they would take royalties of a game that you create using their engine because you're using something that they created.
Yeah.
But I think anything like this, a way for people to develop games and make it easier for people, I like seeing this type of story, which is why I wanted to bring it up.
I think it's interesting because honestly, like Unity is really gaining a major foothold. A lot of Kickstarter and indie games are using Unity. People are expanding upon it. It's easy to develop for. You can develop a game on it and release it on multiple platforms. It's not as expensive as Unreal Development Kit. to license and utilize. It's not as complicated as some of the larger like CryEngine and stuff. I think Unity is like the major indies holdout for that kind of stuff, and I don't think that like even a free project could edge out Unity unless it has a lot of financial backing.
Yeah. Oh, so yeah, I think it's a great.
Put you to sleep there.
No. Not at all. I think one of the things that I like about it is
actually the camera didn't shift for a few minutes there because I like
presentation.
Yeah, let me give you all the tutorials. One of the things I like about those is that it includes a C++ architecture, which a lot of places have been going away from.
Oh, really? Tell me more.
Well, I'm trying to go off of what you're talking about with the specs of it.
Grant, keep both hands above the table. I swear to God, if one hand dips underneath.
I got both. Hey, visible. Visible.
But I do like the C++ architecture of it, and like I said, I think a lot of it are great tools that you can lend someone. And with that, though, let's go ahead and move over to
quick hit number 2.
Quick hit number dos, which is Last of Us is doing very well. It's doing amazing.
Yes.
But
Game of the year.
A game of the year according to everyone who's ever played it. But Naughty Dog is now under some scrutiny. The first of which being that
Haters gotta hate. Well, what I'm gonna say about that.
The first of which being the Boston Transit map that was within the game, created by Cameron Booth, was used in The Last of Us. Now, he created this on his own. The Last of Us went ahead and pulled this and ripped it and put it in the game without asking him permission or paying him any royalties or any of that.
Is that allegedly?
So he was pissed off. No, this actually happened.
That kind of stuff happens.
This happened. This type of stuff happened. But, I mean, they did kind of work it out. He had a talk with them afterwards, and they already worked it out with him, and he seems to be happy with the agreement they've come to.
Hopefully it was financial.
I assume it's financial.
Probably was.
But, I mean, I was thinking about this story.
What are the other options?
Yeah, right. I was thinking about this story and the kind of negative press that came with it.
Yeah.
And
Dinner.
I'm trying to.
A little bit of wine.
I'm trying to figure out what happened here
Double
with why it even ended up in the game, and I'm assuming that either a normal Boston Transit map is considered public use or fair use, and they went ahead to Google to find the transit map to use, accidentally pulled this one, and
Google
total
image
accident.
search and Google results are starting to pop up in a lot of games. It's becoming a problem. And most companies that actually fall into that trap would choose to patch it out. It's interesting that they kept it in, which is good. I think, you know, like, hey, credit where credit is due.
Yeah.
And don't
They
really,
might not have known. It was just like an artist who drew it in, and they
I mean,
didn't
Well, that's what I'm
really think
assuming is they
about
didn't
it.
know.
Yeah, you have. Well, yeah, they admitted that they actually. This
not
was their
knowing is
mistake,
not
and
the
they made a
best.
settlement.
Not knowing is not the best way to go into a court
So
case.
they didn't
with
even
these kind of
build
things.
But they're not going into a court case. They're coming.
It's called due diligence.
They
people.
said they made a mistake, and that they apparently there's a lot of. This is from the guy who was pissed off at them. He said, "quote a lot of mutual
was
respect for each
angry,
other's
too.
creative work." So, presumably, they handled it immediately, which is good on their end. But the other thing I was thinking about is they could have thought maybe they could get away with using it by using the fair use de minimis argument, which is essentially that if something's if de minimis means that if something's in there that you can hardly tell or see, that's like pretty much like say this is just a background image that nobody would notice, then you are under fair use able to use this. Movies get away with de minimis and using other people's works if it's just something tiny in the background that someone walks by. They're not going to pay for every single thing when you're walking past like the Boston Transit line and there's all these posters because you get away by using de minimis.
Well, it's also very likely because, you know, if you know, like game development studios, like there's hundreds and hundreds of people that work on any game, and some people, like their only job is like put up the maps inside of a subway, and it could just have been a guy who was working there for a week as a freelancer and was like, yeah, man, Google.
Yeah, and that's very possible.
And just put it in there, and then he's like, oops.
But somewhat less possible is the other scrutiny that they're coming under, which is
right, the Ellen Page scrutiny. So we've got the issue that you're bringing up, which is that Ellen Page is annoyed that her likeness was apparently ripped off for the character.
Relative bullshit. Because I mean, like on the show floor at E3, both The Last of Us was available for playing, even though it didn't come out for like maybe 1 or 2 days more after E3. And then I played Beyond Two Souls, which stars Ellen Page, and she is saying that the character Ellie in The Last of Us is a direct. How do you say it? Rips off her likeness.
Right.
Let's be fair on this, Grant. She answered this in an Ask Me Anything thread, which somebody
but still,
asked
I mean, like
her
you don't step into that. You don't step into that controversy. You don't call out the game. It's like calling out Uncharted. You're a Hollywood actor.
And I'm still mad they used my likeness for Nathan Drake.
I see it.
She's not exactly calling because people on Twitter are tweeting her out.
I'm surprised that
thinking
Nathan
that she's Ellie
Fillion
and
isn't
she's
calling
not.
Uncharted out for ripping off
the
her
better
entire
thing to
personality.
say would have been, I don't know. I haven't looked at it, but her statement implies she's seen it and thinks that it ripped rips off her
When
likeness.
I see Ellie, she would have
So-
never thought that if people on Twitter didn't start telling her she looks
And when
like
I see Ellie,
Yeah.
she doesn't look
Yeah.
anything
She doesn't
like
look like
Ellen
Ellen Page.
In the early drafts, she did.
I
and
don't
then they
know.
changed.
I don't think she did in the early drafts either.
If anything, the changes made her look more like many other Hollywood actresses. It made her look less like a girl of 12 and more like a girl of
Ellie-
15 or 18.
Ellie does look a little more like her than Ashley Johnson, though.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
but that happens all the time.
Yeah.
I mean, they can't make every fucking
I think
character look
it's
like
silly,
like Troy Baker. They can't like
Well, no,
go
he
out
looks
there and
nothing
make
like Troy Baker.
I mean,
they
it's
can't.
not like Ellen Page looks so uniquely different than every other person that you're like, oh
Right.
yeah, that's
I
definitely
think what's
her.
even more
Right,
weird
right.
is it speaks to the fact that I mean, like, they're both these games will be technically competing against each other because like gamers are not so like that they bought The Last of Us in March or June, and by the time Beyond Two Souls comes out, they'll be done with The Last of Us, and no more Last of Us purchases will come out.
Mikey says-
She called it out.
Mikey Poo says Beyond will be better than Last of Us. And
No, it
I
will not.
had to
I
cut you
guarantee
off.
you right now,
Mikey,
I had to
played
cut you
a
off.
bit of Beyond Two Souls,
So
and it is not.
It's a nightmare.
So Curtis AG Gamer says if there's going to be the Last of Us movie, Ellen Page could be a good actress for Ellie. She probably could because she's a good actress. But you know who
too
else?
old.
But you know who
Probably
else?
not
Oh yeah.
now.
But you know who else would make a good actress? Ashley Johnson, who's the actual actress who
She's
portrayed
too
Ellie.
old for
She's also
Ellie as
too old.
well.
Well,
Ellie's supposed to be
and
like
she's kinda-
14.
Yeah. But I mean, regardless, though, I do agree with what all of you guys are saying. I don't see the likeness at all. And I played Beyond Two Souls at E3. I had a
will
chance to
say,
check it
yeah,
out.
It's only
and Beyond
a
Two
small
Souls,
smidgen of the game. I can't say it's going to be a horrible game, but it's weird that she would come out and say that with how badly the game
okay, so
played
wait, let me make my
Yeah,
point. Beyond
yeah.
Two Souls,
It was a horrible demo.
Beyond Two Souls, though, you completely can see Ellen Page in the likeness.
Yeah.
When I play, I was
Yeah.
like, oh my god, this
Yeah.
looks like Ellen Page.
her like
When you see The Last of Us, even the priest concepts that John was talking about, I would have never thought at all Ellen Page. And my feeling is, I do think John brought up a good point that this was on an Ask Me Anything Reddit. So it's very possible that the users were just like, kept on saying like, hey, you look a lot like this character from The Last of Us. And she said on at the Reddit that she's not a big gamer. So it's very possible people kept on telling her that. So she didn't really know. And she just responded quickly on an Ask Me Anything. I guess, and this is her quote, I guess I should be flattered that they ripped off my likeness, but I'm actually acting in a video game called Beyond Two Souls, so it was not appreciated. That's all she said.
What?
That is the
still
only
a
thing.
little bit more than
That's a
I don't know
bitch-ass
what it looks
answer.
like.
But still, if you had,
I'll have to take a look at it.
But still, if you had 50 people telling you, "Wow, they ripped off your likeness. Wow, you ripped off that your likeness," and then she all of a sudden that's her
it's
response.
called
I guess I should be
knowing how to
flattered.
respond to a
It's-
troll.
no.
And honestly, like
Yeah.
a celebrity that doesn't go into an Ask Me Anything and knowing how to respond to questions, you're telling me she doesn't have a publicist sitting right next to her during
It's-
this?
Well,
It's-
Microsoft
it's not-
didn't.
it's
Are you
not,
shitting me?
It's not, I guess I should be flattered. It's, I guess I should be flattered that they ripped off my image. Not
Yeah.
that they used my image.
Right.
Ripped off is a very specific
She could have
language.
left it at guess.
Yeah.
I guess I should be flattered.
was
Let me
bitchy.
have my publicist and my lawyers check on that while I don't know what it actually
The
looks
only
like.
reason this would matter is if they were using like her to monetize the game or to advertise the game or to get publicity for the game, but she, by nature of saying what she said, is drumming up more publicity for the game,
Yeah, that's-
which is actually exactly
she
what she
actually
doesn't
said-
want to do.
She
yeah,
said,
if she
like-
would have just shut up.
I also have a competing game called Beyond Two Souls coming out.
Exactly.
Might want to, you know.
And here's a link in the description of this video.
Yeah. Actually, it's an Ask Me Anything. She probably did include a link.
Caps fan John on the chat says that he agrees that she just has no idea what she's talking about. He just thinks that it's probably just that she had no idea, and just did a poor response. So poor response, but. Another thing going on that Rachel definitely does not agree with is
Uh-oh.
Saints Row 4 has been banned in Australia.
They ban everything.
And hold on. But here's the thing. This is
Wow,
since
yet.
their new rating system, they just create this. That's Germany who bans everything. But since,
Australia does too.
No,
yeah,
They ban,
but
like,
Australia
everything.
literally just made a new rating system where they have now an R rating of 18 plus only.
Germany bans games for too much violence or too much, like alternate world history. Australia has a major history of banning games that have like too much,
Sex.
sexual. They're the
Yeah.
prudes.
So
They're the
here's
prudes of
okay.
the,
Well, here's
wherever
so they
they're
have a new rating system though with the 18 plus, and this has been the first game since their new rating system has been implemented that has received a refused classification rating, as in they refused to even classify it a rating.
Yeah.
And here is why. We found out that the reason why it was refused, and the developers on Saints Row 4 are going to make changes specifically for Australia, is because you can get 2 powers from aliens. One is you get the alien anal probe, and the other is that alien drugs give you superpowers in the game.
Yeah.
They are not cool with those 2 aspects of it. No anal probes and no alien superpowers.
But the superpowers are like Crackdown, where you can run really fast, or you can have the super anti-gravity jump.
Yeah,
But the idea was that you get it from using a drug. That was what they were against.
What region is Australia in a different region? Like, are they in a different region code for like? I don't know.
Did they ban BioShock? I mean, you use a drug. You use a drug. You use a lot of drugs in BioShock.
But you use the drug in BioShock in it. But BioShock's drug use has
drugs that a problem with.
But BioShock's drug use has consequences. Like you use alcohol and it gives you a health boost, but then it has that negative consequence of you can't shoot or aim.
Well, no.
Whereas you take this, and this is literally you're taking drugs and smoking pot essentially, but it's an alien pot, and you suddenly get the most amazing superpowers in the world with no retribution. I think that's what their issue with it is.
I think it is the issue that you are basically smoking it out of a crack pipe.
Yeah, and you are.
I'm actually kind of disappointed that it's only because of the drugs and the anal probe, because I'm hoping there's a lot.
I was hoping there was more.
I'm hoping there's gonna. Yeah, exactly. I
Raychul, just so everyone knows, Raychul wanted more than anal probes.
Enough.
Okay,
I did.
Here's what it is from them. They were saying that it's that you get quantifiable benefits and rewards for using the alien narcotics that are very reminiscent of heroin and crack, and pretty much could be the exact same thing.
Because I have anti-gravity jumping powers.
No, as in
crack.
the way that you use it, as in like that's using a drug that's pretty much the exact same way that you would use a normal drug.
I think they were worried that people would use the dubstep.
But that is what happens when you use
the influence.
The dubstep gun was
That's
so
what they should have
much
had a problem with, the dubstep.
Yeah.
This is the country, by the way, that churned out Mel Gibson. Just FYI.
Ryan Whittleson on the chat says
racist Mad Max.
Ryan Whittleson on the chat says Australia must hate Popeye and Captain America.
Yeah.
Because of the steroid drug thing.
Oh yeah. Oh goodness.
In a sense, yeah. So I mean, the other thing though is the alien anal probing, because that's essentially sexual violence. Is what
I'm gonna anal probe so many people. It's gonna be great.
I'm surprised they banned it altogether. Why didn't they just like leave it up to like 18?
Well, no, they're saying that they have to make these changes, and the developer is making these changes.
I mean, do we have to specify alien anal probing? I mean, is there someone who's getting confused?
Oh, I'm specifying that
as anal probing going on around the world that I don't know.
Adults, we know what this is about. We're fine with it.
As opposed to the irregular anal probing, which you would get at any 7-Eleven.
Right. You get a slushie and you get an anal probe.
If you walk down certain stretches of Sunset Boulevard, it's almost guaranteed.
I would expect it if I'm on Sunset Boulevard.
Just not Australia. I mean, that's why.
Lions fan on the chat says too many parents in Australia or the government must be nuts because they have never played the game and think that kids will do something crazy once they play the game. And I'm just imagining if that was true and the parents like literally think that kids are like, wow, let's go around and anal probe each other.
Well,
how ridiculous would that be?
No,
I will say this: Saints Row is probably the most likely game to fall into that category. I know people were worried about like, oh, people are gonna because you can rape and kill hookers in Grand Theft Auto.
You can't rape them.
Okay, fine. You can have sex with and then kill the hookers that you had sex with in Grand Theft Auto.
Back, which I mean, like, why weren't you doing that anyway?
People are more likely to have like kind of like the crazy like out of their mind fun with Saints Row, and it might kind of create that like fixation.
No, at all. And this is the same argument that like all those old idiots are saying right now, that violence in video games causes violence in real life. And
to be fair, they are old idiots.
Aziz Ansari said it best: until someone goes into a high school and throws a spear through a guy's face and says, "Get over here," then let's stop blaming the video games. I mean, it's not. It's
well, good thing I have my spear with me right now.
I can't take credit for that. Said Aziz, funny guy.
No, Aziz is freaking great, fantastic. Yeah, now that you're talking about that, we're all like, shut up.
It's like all of us.
We were just so entranced by your story.
It's like it's just fucking argument over. That was it. Like, what more could we say? It's like bam, one.
Like the movie Limitless, for example, there's drug use there, and then it makes him stronger. I don't understand why it's okay to have movies like this with video games.
Because they make stronger classifications for.
That movie's really about movie's really about Adderall, by the way. That was the inspiration for that film.
I could say.
No, seriously, the filmmaker said that movie was about. It's inspired by Adderall use. It's like you take a bunch of Adderall, you get superpowers in real life, but you don't really get superpowers. You get the ability to study harder and stuff like that.
Well, but I think with Limitless there was consequences to if he stopped. Yeah, it's me. There were consequences to if he stopped taking the pill. At least I think because originally it was based off a Philip K. Dick story, and in that story, as soon as he runs out of the pill, he basically is going to die.
Well, I think in terms of what Grant was saying too, with older mediums and all that, and how it's
tend to give it a pass.
Right, and games don't because they're new. It's true. When you first look at movies, you couldn't have two adults who were married sleeping in the same bed together.
Right.
They didn't want that when movies first came out, and now it's nothing matters. Now they can sleep in the same bed together, and things are amazing. I don't
necessarily agree with it.
That's all they do,
what
though.
It's most related to is the fact that they assume that newer types of media will be ingested and experienced more by children. So they're assuming that like TV, mobile games, games in general are more likely to be seen and experienced by a child or a person who's more impressionable than an older person who probably is listening to the radio and watching TV.
It comes down to censorship and laziness, and everybody they don't want to have to educate their children or educate the people, so they instead are like, let's just ban stuff.
Can you
so that
imagine the education campaign that would be associated with that? Though?
Of course.
Hey, everybody, just there's a game where you can rape people.
No rape.
Anal probe. Oh, I'm sure.
No rape.
Hey, it's Saints Row. We're not putting anything. We're not pulling anything off the table.
I want a rape gun.
And by the way,
a rape dubstep gun.
They're probably only mad because the Saints Row guys are the government.
Pop off.
Well, okay.
The Saints Row guys are the government now, and they're advocating it.
Here's the closing argument before we move on by Toluca Baduka on the chat. Amazing username, Toluca Baduka.
I know that guy. What's up, Toluca?
Okay, so Toluca Baduka says, obviously aliens control Australia and don't want anyone taking some of their pot.
That's a deep
thought, man. That is what it is. Thank you, Toluca Baduka.
Solved.
There you go. Mystery solved. All right, so let's go on to the next quick hit that we got, which is Yoichi Wada. Do you guys remember us? If you guys were watching, thank you. If you guys remember Yoichi Wada, we were talking about how he was the CEO of Square Enix, and he was stepping down because Square Enix lost a whole lot of money.
Yeah.
Well, just turns out that now he has been reappointed as chairman of the board of Square Enix Lieutenant.
That's like a card you get from Monopoly.
It's also a terrible Carrot Top movie.
But I mean, so people are going like a little bit like weird, like, oh, why did this happen? Why is he even back in the company? And essentially, this basically means he just got demoted. That's what it means. Is he didn't get fired, he got demoted. That's what it boils down to.
He's a consultant. That's what he is. He's a guy who still collects money, and he sits up there going, hey, you guys remember me, right? And they go, okay,
From a business aspect, he can be in charge of going out and recruiting new talent, though.
Well,
he can be in charge of directing the way that the company goes, and like he might not be in charge of creating or like at the head of most of these new game developments, but like he still can go out and find the next generation.
Well, from what I can recall, the problem with the problem with Square Enix wasn't necessarily the games they were making; it's that they were overinflating what those games were going to sell by a lot.
We talked about that a while ago. Yeah, I completely agree.
But so Yoichi Wada's current title is chairman for Square Enix Tokyo, which means that he doesn't hold the rights of the representation for the company, but he does have a new slew of business things that he will do, like you were saying, Grant. So it's just he is doing work. He's not just sitting there, but it's just totally different.
This sounds like how I do my job. It's like, yeah, I do some stuff here. It's business stuff, and nobody knows, but
yeah, just do business
chairman
stuff.
of the board of the.
It's like, no, what do you do?
Seth
What do you do?
Hendrix.
Yeah.
Okay, so here we go. These businesses include emerging markets as well as the social and mobile businesses, specifically for Square Enix.
Who wouldn't want to be in charge of that? I mean, I know it sounds obscure and everything, but that's where they're making the most money.
Yeah, the mobile. Well, because they keep on releasing Final Fantasy VI and Final Fantasy IV on your phone, eShop and stuff like that.
Ouya just got Final Fantasy III.
Ouya just got Final Fantasy III. I've already got it on my Wii. I don't need to get it for my Ouya that I don't have.
Your Wii, Ouya.
My Wii U. My Wii U. My Wii U.
Ouya, Wii U.
What? Ouya. So.
Can I just say Square Enix always makes me think of the word penis?
Why?
Squeenix?
I don't know.
I've never had that association.
Because Square Enix becomes Squeenix, which is then Weenus, which is then penis.
Did they change their name officially to Square?
No, it's still Square Enix, as far as I know. I mean, I could be wrong, but I think Square Enix.
Square Enix.
Square Enix, Squeenix, Weenus, penis. There we go. Association made for you.
That's a lot of steps to take.
Yeah, we're jumping some.
You don't judge me.
You guys think a lot.
We're cutting some red tape there.
Stop it.
All right, so we got a new report coming out
Stay in your room.
from Jesse Schell, who made this, quote, revelation during an industry keynote at the Game Lab conference in Barcelona this Friday, where he said that through the presentation slides that essentially game demos can actually harm game sales. The average Xbox 360 game that carries both a demo and a trailer will sell about 250,000 units. Then a game that has no demo averages about 525,000 units, so double the amount with no demo.
I thought this was common knowledge. Demos hurt games.
Well,
yeah.
no, here's the point though.
Sucks.
But here's the other thing: if your game sucks, it's gonna hurt a game.
Sometimes the game is good, but it's just a bad demo. Some games don't transfer well as a demo.
Well, here's the other thing though that's not taken into account into this metric, is that a lot of games that do sell well don't have demos. Because they didn't even come out with a demo in the first place. So, like, did Tomb Raider have a demo? No. Did Bioshock Infinite have a demo? No.
But some games
most of
have
these high-selling games
demos
don't, though.
and they're really good. Like Last of Us had a demo.
And I bet it's selling really well though for that one because it's a good game.
But some games are really good.
I think you're gonna have to extend the metric out a little bit before you make a blanket statement like that.
But some games are really
demo
good
versus
and
not demo. You have to manage the numbers because some of those games are bad.
You would what? What were you saying, Rachel?
Rachel, she just trailed off into nowhere.
I was stepping all over.
It's because we were just stepping over everything Rachel was saying.
It was if she didn't exist.
Here, I'm gonna go cough in the corner here for a second.
There are some really good games that
Sorry.
I would have never fucking played if I hadn't played the demo.
Yeah, but then did you end up buying the game after you played the demo?
Yes.
Yeah, I think that's the point though. Is I think that there's a lot of crappy games that come out with demos to try and entice players to play it because they released the demo. And then it's a crappy game. So players play the demo and they're like, oh, this is a crappy game. They don't buy it. So that's kind of where you don't really know how to take this, if this is a good metric.
The problem is that because Xbox Live's store has, most games have a demo in there. And people feel like we have to put a demo in there, just like you feel like you have to compete with everybody else who's in the Live store. So not every game should have a demo. Not every game needs a demo, just like not every game needs a CG trailer. And the people who should be putting out demos are the people that are, maybe you don't know us, we're a new IP, but our game is really amazing. We're going to give you a taste.
We actually...
Like Limbo. Limbo was like a game that was like, I don't know what this game is, but the second I played the demo, I was like, oh my god, I'm going to buy this.
Yeah, and Limbo's selling like hot, or has been selling like hotcakes.
People play the demo, they buy it like crazy, but other games that, maybe, even if your game is pretty good, you play the demo, you're like, I got my taste, I don't need it anymore.
Yeah.
You know, I just wanted to play one level and I'm done. Like, you shouldn't have done that. You know, they need better people on the brand marketing side to make those decisions.
I'd be interested to see what numbers he has.
Because,
usually you have to come to when you come to a panel like that, and this is your keynote and this is a main point in your keynote. Like, I want to see the numbers. I want to see this like mapped out over 1,000 games or 100 games or 200 games.
And also how well those games would have sold if they're good.
They can't
those came from.
But you also have to then incorporate the ratings of the games.
That's what. I mean,
those numbers are confidential usually.
No, I mean, well, whatever numbers are released, that's all you can base your research on. Other than that, it's speculation.
But it's. I think it's hard to really
for the consumer,
figure out because some games like Fuse had a demo. The demo was awesome, but the actual full game was not.
Yeah, they're tricking you there.
It's just,
See?
it's
I think the other thing too that they should have taken into account was look at the overall ratings for a game and then said like, oh, well, maybe it's because these games that are selling really poorly have horrible ratings as well, even though they're more likely to have a demo. That's possible. XX Webslinger XX on the chat says, I think demos are good for good games and bad for bad games. And I think that's really what it boils down to. That's what I think.
I think a lot of times when you want to buy a game, demo or not, whether you play it or not, you still want the full game. So it doesn't.
Yeah.
Sometimes I don't want the full game.
Well, sometimes, yeah, but when you want the game and you play the game and it sucks, you'll still buy it and find out the game is actually much better. I mean, that happens a lot of times too.
Yeah. I think I can't. Yeah.
So, and then another thing that he mentioned in this report was a game that has neither a demo or a trailer on average sells less than 100,000 units, which is even half of that. That's because you don't have any marketing. I mean, this is all obvious stuff to me. But with that, let's move on to a scandalous case. Actually, really scandalous. Shadow of the Eternals, which has been plagued. Oh my God! Oh!
Who is that? Oh, that's the child guy.
Yes, that is the child porn guy.
I don't like how he's looking at me.
Yeah. So
we need to have the Animal Crossing guy pop up too.
I didn't know that was him.
No, it's Chris Hansen.
To catch a predator. To catch a predator.
What did you come here to do today?
So let's talk about
do you think Chris Hansen ever goes out in public just like to buy waffles? I don't know. And someone at the grocery store is like,
I mean, I saw him creeping around the corner. That was a great picture.
I was just in the cereal aisle for the cereal.
He can't go anywhere, man.
John, well done. That is perfect. That is perfect. So, Shadow of the Eternals, though, here's what happened. So
the Kickstarter video is still up, which shows the guy that's
right. But
Wait,
but let me tell the
Shadows of
story.
Eternal game is the same. I mean,
Yes, it's the Eternal Darkness sequel.
Yeah, but it's the same story as the child porn story.
Yes.
Yes,
So
we're
let me
excited
lay this out for you guys.
Yes.
So, Shadow of the Eternals, if you guys remember, is the sequel to Eternal Darkness that we were all excited about, but they've been plagued with problems with Kickstarter not raising enough. They canceled the Kickstarter. Now, all of a sudden, new wrench in the equation. Kenneth
This is a pretty
McCulloch.
significant wrench.
Kenneth McCulloch, who is one of the main major developers on Shadow of the Eternal trying to sell it, has just been arrested yesterday for child pornography charges of watching child porn, of sharing child porn,
and
keeping it.
I don't know what the word is for.
I'm imagining a Donnie Darko moment where they unveiled through behind the fireplace all this like giant dungeon of child porn.
Patrick Swayze's back there.
So basically another problem happening to Eternal Darkness relating to Kenneth McCulloch.
They removed his
child porn. Not good.
He's a major part of Precursor Games. He is an artist, a story designer, and he's in charge of his unofficial titles are like lore keeper, and generally a lore keeper at one of those companies, a person that's keeping charge of the continuity.
Now we know why Eternal Darkness was so messed up.
But do we have any stats? Like, was it hundreds of porn?
There are no stats.
Because what if it's just like his friend sent him a
Does it
video?
matter?
Why
Hear me out.
Because Rachel's internet personality, this happens to her.
Hear me out. Okay, someone sends you a porn and you're watching it and you're like, wait,
I'm gonna
is
accept
she
this with all.
legal? I can't tell because she looks really young, but you know, girls look really young nowadays.
Cops work.
Yeah.
And then
That's
he
not the
sends
way
it
the
to a
cops
friend.
work.
You don't know that. You don't know that.
I don't think this was a situation of, hey, the girl might be 17 in the video.
I thought
Maybe. We
usually
don't
when they
know.
arrest someone like that and it's as high profile as this was,
This isn't high profile. It's only
this
high
is high enough
profile because it's in
profile
the
that
game
people
industry.
learned about it
But
and
nobody
that
in the
no
game
one was
industry
able to
gives a
react
shit.
to it in time in order to
I'm
cover
pretty
it up
sure there
more
are
than.
a lot of people that give a shit about another developer, you know, just keeping child porn on their computer. I'm pretty sure
Nobody
Precursor
in the
does.
non-game industry is going to know anything about this. It's not high profile.
Yeah,
Why
good,
keep
because
any
we were getting
porn?
even more trouble as a
why
game
keep
industry.
any
All porn is free on the internet. Why download it? Why take the chance? To me, anyone who's downloading and storing porn on their computer, you should already go to jail because you're an idiot.
I have porn.
Because maybe
Why
your
would you do that?
because your
Because
internet
it's
cuts out
funny.
sometimes. That's why.
Why not just look it up when you want to
Always
access
online.
it?
Because your internet
sometimes
cuts out.
Sometimes
And
it's
sometimes
hard.
your connection goes down to one bar and it's not streaming properly.
Says Dave Klein.
BS.
Because sometimes
Hey,
you
Mom.
just...
She watches this show.
Yeah.
Look, I do agree with you. It is possible that they might have charged him for like something that beyond what actually like something was a little more innocent, but I doubt
Nope.
it. I think the fact that everything in the way
let's see
the
how
developer,
the case unravels.
the
I mean,
developers
like-
behind Shadows of the Eternals
Hey, it's
immediately.
only 5 hard drives worth of porn. I
Right.
have my 5 computers dedicated.
And
My
they're
work
only
computer's
1
kept away.
terabyte a piece. What
Yeah.
the
It's
hell?
Not gonna
you
be
know?
like, oh,
He also had
one
Lolicon
video.
all over it too. I'm just kidding. Lolicon is child hentai.
Oh, Curtis wanted to know if he had downloaded hentai pics.
Well, you just sold yourself out.
Do we
Dave.
really know that, Curtis? Rachel, quit porn. It's bad for you. You can't quit, Curtis. I'm sorry.
Look, I think it's possible, but I really think like Shadow of the Eternals, everyone immediately distanced themselves from him.
I'd still
think
buy it.
I
I think
think
it's
no,
weird
I'm
that
talking
when-
about the creators of it. The
Oh.
people are just
I
like,
think
well,
it's
he's not
weird
involved
that
anymore.
The Kickstarter page is still up, and like the video is still viewable because like they've been able to take down some really controversial stuff. They've been able to take it offline, and it's still up. Like you can still go and see the video with him like as part of it. Precursor's taken down his profile, has come like
Yeah.
they almost pretend like he doesn't even exist as far as the company is
Well, this is
concerned.
like the worst thing you can get charged with,
yeah.
pretty much. Well, one of the worst.
I mean, you
things.
could have killed somebody and they probably would have kept it
I mean,
up.
it would
Yeah.
be worse if he had abused children. That's way worse.
Right,
But
that's
I
the
think
point.
I speak for all of the viewers when I say, Rachel, could you tell us more about your porn collection?
Oh.
What exactly are you into? You know, is
Yeah.
there any specific fetishes?
I'm
Maybe
sorry,
maybe
everyone
shaggy
watching,
brown
you're
hair.
with me, right? You're with me, guys, right? Watching at home.
We have 5,000 comments on the live chat saying yes.
It's all from the same guy.
It's all from the same guy.
My
It's,
dad.
it's all actually Seth
He's
in the
typing
corner
as fast as he
with his
can.
phone in the corner like,
Just tell me what you watch.
Right.
send. different accounts.
The only porn I save is my own. Right? Who's with me?
I know. Yeah.
I just film myself, and then I do Aziz Ansari. I do the Aziz Ansari thing. Yeah, I do the Aziz Ansari thing.
Do it me.
I just do the real thing.
I do the Aziz Ansari. Oh,
nice.
I do the Aziz Ansari thing where I film someone or I get porn and I put my head over the girl's body and my own body and all the guys' bodies. So it's me having sex with myself.
That is amazing.
That was an Aziz Ansari thing.
Amazing. Have you ever done virtual reality porn with the glasses?
No,
it's pretty amazing.
Rachel knows all of this. This is Rachel's topic.
This show's getting good.
This show, it was boring until this point. And let's get to another fun topic, which is all of our gaming moments of the week. Apparently, Grant's a prude of all of us. So, gaming moments of the week.
It was just that last one.
The virtual reality?
No.
Oh, putting your own face over yourself?
That's amazing.
That was an Aziz Ansari joke.
Is it? Let me just, because I had a dream once where I had sex with myself, and I woke up the next morning, I'm like, was that gay? Was that gay?
And then you also woke up.
Is it gay if you have a dream of having sex with yourself?
And you realize that you have 5 wet dreams.
I liked it. You know, I was getting it on with me. And
here's the question: if you have a clone and then you have sex with that clone, is that gay or masturbate?
That's masturbation.
What? No, that's a miracle.
I think that's gay.
Because you have a clone.
I think that's theoreticals here.
I think that's magic.
Magic?
That's Inception.
I like that. That's magic.
All right, let's go ahead and talk about gaming moments of the week, though. Some gaming moments of the week. And I'll go ahead and start with mine because I was really excited that one of our fans, Owen Harper, at Owen Harper, it's Rachel Steiner on the chat, noticed that a lot of us here are playing Animal Crossing. I finally just picked up Animal Crossing last week.
You are a bastard in that game, by the way.
I'm the control group here. I will
by the way, I have new fruit for you to share with you.
Oh, no.
You would come to my place to get my fruit. You have to come to my place.
Okay, guys, last week we played Animal Crossing, and I didn't check my town after I'd left until I got home. And Dave
made the mistake of get the hell out of my town right now.
Yeah.
And then not actually paying attention to what Dave was doing.
Surrounded my house in 4 different rows of holes. And it took me 15 minutes of having to fill in each fucking hole. And then he shook my trees and left
all the fruit on the ground
to rot on the ground. Yes.
You said you were sharing your fruit with me.
If I didn't know you were talking about Animal Crossing.
And I hit her in the head multiple times with a bug net.
And then he was chasing me, hitting me in the head. It was, don't let him into your town.
Visit my town.
Dave into
this is the weird. We just went from porn to this. My mind is still in the gutter.
Yeah, the most innocent game of all time.
Oh,
from porn to the most innocent game.
Mine's not, because my villagers will ask me hey, I've got a catchphrase. What should I call people? So you can type in what you want them to call people when they visit your town. So.
And Rachel's town's name, by the way, is my anus. So I visited Rachel's anus last week.
No, you didn't visit.
We had to go there. I stayed in there. Okay, so this here is from Owen Harper.
Okay, wait a minute. How in the world are we supposed to scan those horribly complicated QR codes?
Oh, you go to the sewing store and you hit.
What the hell am I looking at?
And it scans
So basically what this is...
The 3DS scans it.
It takes a picture of it.
You can share clothing that you've designed using these QR codes.
Using the 3DS itself, yeah.
You can scan the clothing in, and that's how you can share clothing that you've designed for your characters with other people.
Our fan Owen Harper on the chat, Rachel Steiner, she created this for us on Animal Crossing because she saw that we're big fans of Animal Crossing, and this is the Game Control Live logo, and it's really well done. I was blown away. I was like, wow, this is amazing. Thank you so much for making this. She's at QR Village. You can visit her at Nerdist Village is her username on QR Village that has multiple designs she's made. She's really good at it. So thank you so much for doing that, Owen Harper. That was amazing. Keep on doing it. Keep on rocking.
I want a real shirt like that.
I know.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah.
Make it.
All right, Kaori, you're up next.
Okay, my gaming moment of the week. This past Monday on WWE Raw, they showed clips of the new wrestling 2K, what is it called again? I forget
2K14.
now. Yes, 2K14, because it's the first one of that genre from 2K Sports. So there's a trailer, basically. The Rock is on the cover.
Roll it, Johnny.
And this is a great gaming night game we should all play.
Some WWE. And Kaori actually does WWE for AFTERBUZZ as well.
Yes.
So she knows her WWE.
So
That's how I drink a soda.
Can you smell what
Can you?
Rock is cooking?
Yeah, it's The Rock.
So that's Ryback. That's
Rock is?
Was?
You say that so confused.
Cena, Dolph Ziggler. Anyway.
I could kick these guys' ass.
I see it. The way that you're pouched up on a couch like that.
I can whoop up on these fellas.
This stuff is like.
I would actually kind of pay.
So explain to us the trailer, Kaori.
Okay,
What's
basically
awesome
you
about
get to see gameplay of Dolph Cena, Macho Man, who passed away 2 years
Randy
ago.
Savage.
The Rock, Ryback, Shawn Michaels, and Steve Austin.
This is great.
Can you play as Ultimate Warrior?
As of now,
Which Ultimate Warrior?
the people I just listed are the ones that are on the roster.
Okay, so we don't know about
So
Ultimate
they're
Warrior
probably
yet?
gonna add more. They're probably gonna have downloadables.
They'll probably
Ultimate Warrior's the
add
best.
everybody because why not, right?
So there you go. Boom. It's the.
Fees and costs and licensing fees and then time to create character models.
All of that is pale in comparison to offering a game that, I mean, honestly, if you can't offer a game that has a lot of content like that, if you can't play any character that you've grown to like in a game like that, you're selling yourself short.
Well, that's why they have like Steve.
Stone Cold Steve
Yes,
Austin.
I
Okay,
can't speak.
That's what he
How
can't
many
offer.
Macho
how
Man.
many
So
wrestlers have there been over the past 20 years?
Tons.
Hundreds.
And why not
That's a
include
lot
them
of
all?
because that's just a lot
Pay
of
the licensing
content.
fee, get it
They're
over,
gonna
call
add
me when
things
you've
on
done
for
it.
sure.
Well, you have to contact every one of those people and make sure it's okay to even put them in the game.
Right.
This is what's, come
they-
on,
of
people.
course it's
This
gonna
is
be
what
okay.
game development's all about. If you're going to go and develop a sports game, you can't have like 100 clones running around on the field. You have to go out and get the likeness.
No,
just
but
make
if
them-
you make them yourself.
whoever
I don't
makes a
just have
football
sex with
game-
myself. I wrestle
whoever
with
makes a
myself. I
football
play
game-
basketball with
Of course
myself.
You can
of
just
course it's
make
okay.
it
It's endorsed
It's
by
awesome and sad at the
WWE.
same time.
Yeah.
like full of hot girls,
Yeah,
like
and
Rumble
then they only have to go to
Roses.
one place. Yeah, you got it. You got it.
All right, Grant, what is your moment of the week?
My gaming moment of the week is Dropsy.
Dropsy.
Kickstarter video for a indie game by Jay Tholine. He's an indie developer from Florida, and he's been working on a game for quite a long time now. But one of the key aspects of the game is it's been created mostly in Microsoft Paint. Have ever any of you used Paint before?
Yeah, I love paints.
I love
making
hate
things
it.
with paint. Really?
I hate it.
love
As a designer,
paints.
this guy's gone and tried
It's
to
so
create
fun.
an entire game where most of the sprites are created in Paint or a comparable bitmap program. His Kickstarter video is nothing short of amazing.
That is hilarious. Look at that evil crown.
Wrong one. Wrong one. The other Dropsy, the new Kickstarter
God.
video. Stop.
Okay.
Doggy.
Stop.
Okay,
Stop.
well, another one,
That
but I
wasn't
like
what you
that
were talking about.
clown.
Saw doggy.
He's created 2 campaigns. This is the one from 2011. He just started a new campaign because he's realized that you can't really make a game about.
Is it a surreal exploration-based adventure game?
Yeah, that's the one.
Okay.
Okay.
So please talk about it
You
more.
need to be
So
a special.
he made about $1,000 off the first Kickstarter campaign, but only 63 people supported him. He realized I can't make a game off $1,000 and 63 people. I need 25,000. I need to be able to quit my job and work at home full time on this. So
There's his home.
this is what it is.
There's him playing a ukulele guitar.
Just give it a second.
What
Let it
the
melt.
hell?
Let it.
Well, you have to explain for people who can only watch.
Good framing there.
I'm sorry, I didn't see you there. You caught me indulging.
Oh,
in
that's
one of my
great.
many
If you're watching, he's off frame. Very purposely off frame.
Wait, just
I'm
give
a
it one
man
more
of many
second.
passions.
I give it. I promise.
I like this
Guitar
guy.
playing, rock climbing, computers, robots.
Computers for you, mind.
Recording Kickstarter videos.
What?
But one of the things I'm most passionate about is making.
This is how you do a viral video.
The story of Dropsy starts in 2008. A choose-your-own-adventure made in
So you created this pretty nifty Kickstarter video. There's only 143 people backing this video right now. I think that like after all the Kickstarter nuggets that I've done for my website Nerdluster, going over these Kickstarters, you have to like appraise them based on how well they plead their case. This guy does one of the best jobs in pleading his case. He only still has currently about 143 backers, but out of those 143 people, he's been able to make $3,000 so far, and he's well on his way to making the goal of $25,000.
So he's got 26 days left, and
I
now
want
we're
to
showing
be
off.
his friend.
Yeah, this guy is hilarious.
I hate
Seth doesn't like him.
I think he's,
It's just
Seth is judging him right now.
I hate. It's just so.
It's just pure internet
Right,
humor.
he's
Skip to the end. where
White
he's-
guys that
where-
rap. Yeah. it's
Skip to
like-
the end.
White
got
guys
it.
that rap, really.
Skip to
We
the
got
end
it.
where he's
Eminem?
doing
Exactly.
No, I mean, everybody
no.
thinks it's like.
go back.
If you're gonna make a song and you're a white guy, the funny thing to do is make a rap.
Well, I think it's also
This
'cause
part.
it's easy.
Stop,
It's just
stop.
easy to do.
Everybody listen.
secret bi-weekly video updates. You get a DRM free
He did an auto-tune award segment.
ahead of time.
Listen to his music too.
You get a copy of the game, but you pay $2.
So he's doing a lot.
All right.
I'm just gonna tell you straight up.
This
I
is
don't
my
like
gaming moment of the week, everybody.
I don't like it.
Live with it. There's being something new next
look,
week.
I think it looks fun. I think it looks fun.
I wanna. Is there any way that I can hack into his Kickstarter and take money from him?
No. And actually, the money doesn't become his until he makes 25.
So yeah, he's not even getting it. All right, so
I mean, everybody donate to this guy. That's great.
all right, Rachel, what is your moment of the week?
My moment of the week happened about 5 minutes before we started shooting, and it's because I didn't have one, and Grant told me about one. About American McGee is making a zombie Oz game. And that's,
Zombie Oz.
I don't know anything else about it. That's all he told me.
God damn it.
Tell me the details.
No, now I have two Kickstarters for the
So basically, ladies and gentlemen,
know you
Rachel
were
came here
serious.
totally unprepared. I was just like, Grant, bail me out,
Grant,
please.
bail me out. Dog ate my
he
homework.
had two. He had two.
You called yourself out right now.
Okay, for fans of American McGee's work, he also has a Kickstarter, which he's creating an entirely new alternate world for the Wizard of Oz, where everybody in Oz has been turned into zombies, and Dorothy has to go back, like his original game, Alice, where she went back with the Vorpal sword as a humongous knife and was stabbing all of the residents of Wonderland in order to save them from themselves. American McGee, who's moved to China and made his own development company called
American
Spicy
McGee
Horse,
in China.
has gone to Kickstarter to raise, what is it? I think it's close to almost $1 million in order to make
How does he have the
a new
rights to
zombie
do this?
game.
I mean, Oz. Like, how does he have the rights to do that? That's what
I
I'm
think
curious about.
what is it? Oz. I think Elbaum's stories, Frank Elbaum's stories, are public domain, along with the
I am excited
Alice
for
in
this
Wonderland.
because since the original Alice, American McGee's Alice, I've wanted him to do Wizard of Oz.
Okay.
I was
so it's
upset
perfect.
I was upset when he did a second Alice because I didn't think that was needed.
He actually talks about the fact that he might want to make a third Alice.
No.
Can it be
stop
based
it.
off of Return to Oz, where there's the creepy girl who takes off of her head?
Yeah.
Because Return to Oz was scary and scared the crap out of me still.
Obviously,
you should go and check the Kickstarter video as well. We won't have you play it through here.
the dragon
but
smoke.
The Kickstarter video features American McGee tied up via 2 transvestite characters from both of his video games.
Oh.
All right.
And they basically extort the information out of him via, I think, torture. I don't know.
That's
Sounds like American McGee.
Yeah.
All right, so in China. American McGee in China. All right, so with that said, let's go ahead and say we have a guest here, if you haven't noticed.
What?
Somewhere, on a chair somewhere. Oh, Seth Hendrix, you're here.
Yeah,
Why don't you tell us about what you do? Because you're a internet personality. You travel sometimes. You post video vlogs. You play some games. You do some things.
Yeah.
Tell us about you.
Well, I like long walks on the beach with small children under the age of 10.
He's an aspiring child porn
purely
defender.
Purely plutonic. No, I have a YouTube channel, 2 of them. My main one is youtube.com/Seth Hendrix. Go subscribe. And then the other one, Seth Does Games. And on the games one, I do gameplay playthroughs and talk over them. And then my main channel, is mostly vlogs and sketches and parody songs, and I make it mostly for my dad. He's the only one who really watches.
Yeah, the only one. Yeah. So your game channel, though, that you have, what type of games do you like to play? Do you play more of like the games that are your favorites, or the ones that are coming out currently?
I play, well, I like to play the games that are my favorites, really. And I was
Blanket statement. We can quote you on that one.
Thank you. Yeah, that's bold. I know. I know you're supposed to play like the contemporary games or the new releases or whatever if you want to get a lot of views, but I just don't want to do that. So I love to play Minecraft. So primarily what I play most of is Minecraft, and some
You're
people...
among fans here.
Oh, great! Thanks. Where are they?
Rachel.
Shit. Never mind.
There's some people watch Minecraft videos because they want to like learn how to build things or kind of learn all the different things you can do in the game. Yeah, don't watch my videos for that. It's usually me really drunk and not knowing anything about Minecraft and probably trying to molest a goat.
Yeah.
And build infinite staircases, right?
Yeah.
Castles, keep out the creepers.
Exactly.
Creeps.
So that's, I play well, I'm gonna start doing more stuff, but console games don't really get a lot of views. Oh, there's something just went off. Is that me?
Speaking of webs,
is it my pacemaker?
No, that's her. Kaori.
Guys.
So Webslinger asks, what is currently in your console or PC that you're playing?
Right now, Halo Reach, because I had it for the longest time and I never went back and played it because I was kind of over Halo. But then I was like, oh, let me do it again.
You got to give Halo.
Why did you wait? Why did you say Halo Reach instead of Halo 4?
Because it came free with the console.
There we go.
Yeah, I got.
And since I'm Jewish, that's my favorite price.
Modern Warfare 3 came with the game, came free with the
right
one
there
that
with
I
you.
bought.
You're funny.
Right there with you.
That's what's in my console right now, but I have a whole lot of games that I haven't taken out of the wrapper yet that I really need to play. And I think my next one's probably going to be Fable 3 because it's now free on Xbox's console too. What?
You have to play BioShock.
Don't tell me what I have to do.
You have to play BioShock.
Who do you think you are?
I like saying that.
I know, Rachel, I can say that. No, I do want to play BioShock Infinite. BioShock is one of my favorite games of all time. Like, I love that game.
Actually, just go back and play the other ones.
Yeah, I played the other ones.
Right after we're done with this, watch us talk about Infinite and ruin everything for you. Let her literally ruin everything for you right after this.
That's okay. I'll still love the game.
The best thing that I can say about BioShock Infinite, it really makes me want to play System Shock.
Yeah.
You guys are killing
Well,
me.
we will talk about BioShock Infinite soon, but thank you, Seth, for joining us. We do appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Before we move on to the question and some answer from you guys, best.
Don't oversell it.
Best day of my life too.
It is.
All right, so let's talk about
what are we doing after this.
So, guys, we're actually starting Game Control Rewind, the first one right after this show, immediately afterwards, and we're going to be talking BioShock Infinite, doing a BioShock Infinite Rewind, talking about the story, the gameplay, what we like, what we didn't like, best parts about it, and it's spoiler filled. So, if you want to talk about BioShock Infinite, if you have played it, this is the place to go. Talk about
it. If you haven't played it. Yeah,
you can stick around too. We want everything ruined for you.
That's fine.
You know what's so great about that? It was like you started so boldly.
I was gonna get you out of here, but then it's like
nothing.
You don't seem like the guy who worries about the spoilers. What the hell? You're playing Fable 3 soon. It's like everybody's
so. But that
I'll hang around and talk about it. I don't care.
You can follow Game Control Rewind at GC_Rewind. You can follow Game Control Live at Game Control Live on Twitter.
Seth?
You can follow Seth at Seth Hendrix.
But not in real life, please.
We will get to those full ones after I talk about questions. But and guys, that's going to be every week. Game Control Rewind will do a new game every single week that we're going to talk about. Next week's going to be The Last of Us that we'll talk about and do a rewind of. If you guys have played that, want to chat about that with us,
Hold on,
so join us every week at 1 p.m. And we have a caller. Caller, why don't you chat?
You're on the air.
Is it my dad?
It's your dad. Hey, Seth's dad.
What?
Who is this?
This is Scary Argo. I was watching Game Control Live, and they said I can call in.
Yeah,
yes,
what's up?
Hey, welcome.
You're live with all of us.
Well, that's amazing.
It truthfully is. You have anything you care to share?
Yeah, I wanted to ask that I was going to do a vlog because I was just going to start out on YouTube, and I'm scared of how people will judge me and all that because I've been judged a lot at school. I couldn't handle it, and I wanted to ask Seth how he started out with all this.
That's a great question. You know what's funny though is that a lot of people actually tell me that when I meet fans and stuff like that in real life, they say, you know, hey, I don't know how to get started because people, you know, are so mean to me, or I watch your videos because I have such a crappy life in high school or whatever. I think YouTube is like the best solution for that because it
thickens your skin.
Yeah, well, it doesn't just thicken your skin, but it also gives you the chance to sort of express yourself and to come out of your shell a lot more and just get really comfortable with who you are. And you'll find that no matter what level of negativity you'll get, because everyone gets negativity, even the most loved people on YouTube get just a slew of negativity because people just love to troll.
Yeah, we got a person that hates Rachel apparently.
I got it.
How could that
be? We do?
Do you not pay attention to the YouTube comments?
Yeah, and I get constantly, like, I get tweets, people hating at me too as well. I'm sure Seth, you do as well.
I don't get anybody hating me ever. I mean,
I'm just saying no one hates you.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right. All right.
No, I mean, you know, you'll get a lot of people that'll hate you or that'll want to say negative things to you, but just know, A, that those people are really just ugly people themselves.
Yeah, they have
that's why they're doing that.
hatred.
And B, you're also, for every person that's negative, you have 20 other people that love what you do, and they maybe just aren't speaking up because
sometimes more.
Feedback, people are usually driven more to give negative feedback than they are positive feedback.
Yeah.
That's why Yelp is so popular because no one goes, I had a really great time at that restaurant. I'm going to go tell everyone what a wonderful time I had.
I do.
Kaori does.
But not as many people.
Not as many people.
Most people want to make a statement if they feel negative towards something. So just know that for every one person, you got another 10 that love everything you do. And don't second guess yourself. Do whatever you want to do. If no one thinks you're funny, if you think you're funny, post whatever you want to post, and just have fun at the end of the day. And you know that's the best thing you can do on YouTube.
And you know what? If someone doesn't like it, they'll probably comment once, never watch you again, and then forget about them. Because no one's going to have everybody love you. Never. You're not going to have everybody like you.
And hey, that person that comes back constantly week after week and comments every single one of your videos saying that they hate you, hey, that's a view.
They're still clicking on it.
I told my dad he's not doing that to me.
Yeah.
They're like, I hate this person so much, I'm coming back.
Seth's dad is his biggest supporter and hater.
Hey, idiot. Stupid video, you idiot. I love you. Call me.
Screw them.
Hopefully that answered your question.
And, don't forget, give us your name. I don't think we got your name up front.
Scaly Aragon.
All right.
That's it.
Scaly Aragon?
Scaly Aragon.
Scaly Aragon.
Everyone go subscribe to Scaly Aragon right now.
Right this instant.
Good luck finding it. So a lot of people couldn't find the page at all.
Let's
they
Google,
tried
man.
so hard. They never found
The Googles are for.
That's what the Googles, them Googles are for. And you can also, comment on the video with the link, and we'll put it up if you'd like to.
Go ahead and comment on the YouTube video later when we post it this afternoon.
Yeah, I got nothing up yet because I was just way too afraid to start doing anything. So, and me and my niece are going to be doing it together because she wants to support me in this too.
Yeah.
So we're just going to do interlocking channels, and we'll have hers, and I'll have mine, and we'll just spend time together and laugh at our own jokes.
And hey, if you love video games, post video game stuff because that's really popular on YouTube right now.
I love right now my favorite video game is Skyrim, and that's all.
Skyrim.
Of course.
Yes. Kaori's your best friend now.
Yeah.
People love Skyrim.
I
So
will watch your videos.
yeah, post anything you can about video games.
Yeah, I sure will. I'm saving up for equipment and everything and set up my own room, and Mom's going to support me all on this. And I'm doing everything for Toby Turner. I'm going to donate to his game soon, and so much stuff I'm doing, stepping ahead.
For those two people in the world that don't know who that is, that's Tobuscus on YouTube, who is actually, he is an indie game developer now, and he's developing a game called Wizards with his own game studio, and we'll be releasing it soon. I'm sure you guys will end up talking about it at some point.
All right, well, thank you so much for calling in. We appreciate your call, and we will move forward with that, but good luck with your YouTube channel. We'll definitely check it out and post it. So let us know about it, definitely. So
my honor talking to you guys. It's amazing. It's the first time I've had contact with someone so famous.
Oh my God!
Of course.
Other than Toby,
don't feel honored to talk to me. I give it away for free.
Thank you for calling in. I love you. Bye.
All right.
All right, so with that said, let's go ahead and talk about some for next week. We got some answers from last week. We got a question for you guys. So last week we asked you guys about the Xbox 180 flip-flop and how you feel about it, and just in general with the Xbox One. Mr. Jack of all trades commented on the YouTube that always being online isn't the issue with Xbox One, not being able to use basic features out of the boxes. If my phone is not online, I can still call 911. I don't need to be online to watch my TV, so why do I need to be online for something as simple as playing a game on my game console? Ryan Whittleson says the big issue about the internet is right now, it doesn't support what Microsoft wanted to do. Large parts of the country don't have broadband. I myself just got broadband a couple of years ago. In 10 years, the internet will be vastly different, so being online will be different. And Deanna says, I'm not confused by the Xbox One updates, but it actually makes me want it less than I already did since they can't seem to make up their mind. So my question for you guys for this upcoming week that we'd love to hear your thoughts on is, what do you think about the Ouya, and is it worth the $100 price point? Do you agree with Rachel that it's just a piece of shit, or do you think that, hey, like Seth said, I think
that's going to be a quote on the internet now, and they're going to call you and
call out Rachel? Or you agree more with Seth, our guest, who is saying, hey, I can see potential with it in the future, it coming to something bigger. So what do you guys feel about that? What do you think? And with that said...
You just pitted Rachel and me against each other.
Yep. Boom! That's what I do! So Seth, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Guys, check out Game Control Live. If you're watching on YouTube, you can see us live every single week on AfterBuzzTV.com at 12 p.m. Pacific time, and Game Control Rewind starting up right now, 1 p.m. Pacific time. We're gonna jump right into Game Control Rewind after this show is over.
You're gonna see a hot change.
For a new BioShock Infinite, we're gonna do some, we're gonna do Last of Us next week. Every week's gonna be a new game, and we'll announce for you what the game will be the upcoming week before we do it, so you will know what to expect. And guys, this is some Ninja Gaiden 1 and 2 playing, some music, some guitar by SuperGuitarBros, who have a lot of amazing music. And please please do follow us on Twitter at Game Control Live, at Game Control TV, or at GC Rewind. My name's Dave Klein. You can follow me on Twitter at the Dave Klein. That's Klein.
You can follow me at Kaorious, Kaorious.
Follow me at GAK on Twitter.
And I'm at the Raychul.
Ow!
Seth.
I'm Seth Hendrix. Follow me on Twitter.
John Quick is now on Twitter too.
Holy crap, I am?
Yeah, what?
It's at Now Quick. Guess what? Now Quick.
At Now Quick.
Follow him. Hey!
Hey! All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining us, and we will start preparing for Game Control Rewind. We'll keep on streaming, but the show will start in about 5 minutes.
Can I take my clothes off now?
Yes, you may. Yes, you may. We'll see you guys next week.
Oh, we're still live?
Game Control Live.
I'm good.
Oh.
I like guitar music. It's very Spanish.
From Bing.com, executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.